And look who's here on the screen.
Oh my gosh,
look who we have.
Kurt Schlicter.
Yay.
Kurt, you know, I've been watching you retweet our tweets all morning long, and I think that
We
you
love
had some of the funniest lines I've ever seen. You said, time to put your game face on, and I'm thinking I'm going to see a picture of you. I did, actually, in your Humvee and a full metal jacket.
Yeah, about 25 years ago, back when I had hair and a lot less Kurt. And that thing I was holding, when people talk about an assault rifle, that was an assault rifle.
Gotcha. Want to let our audience know, of course, that Kurt Schlicter is an LA-based lawyer and retired U.S. Army infantry colonel deployed to Operation Desert Storm, and we salute you, sir.
Thank you. You know, as a colonel, though, I really don't do anything or didn't do anything. It's the young guys who do the work. The very guys you're helping out. The guys who are going to get these care packages. The guys who need the stuff. And, you know, Melanie, from my experience there, you know, when a care package lands, you know, the guys are all over them. They're swarming on them, you know, because they've got stuff that they need, stuff that they want. And it's a message of love from back home. So it's great all around.
You know what's interesting, Kurt, as we talk about, too, with giving it, you got to hang up that phone. You know what it is? Hopefully it's people donating. Tell them to call 844-2-TROOPS, not call Kurt.
Don't call my office. You're not getting through.
Yeah, exactly. But you will get through to us, everybody. But, you know, Kurt, it's amazing because you think about what's going on in the world. And as you're talking about on the serious level of how stretched thin we are. You know, this is something that we hear all the time. There's just a bill, and unfortunately it was shot down in Congress, of trying to get more money for the troops and their families, and especially for resources for our troops who are out there. How important is this time, especially, to let these young men and young women know that we love them, that we haven't forgotten them? So many times we get caught up in politics and we forget there are these incredible young folks out there in the middle of no man's land with not a lot of resources.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think it's so important that our troops know that the people back home care. I remember before I retired about a year and a half ago, you know, I would travel a lot. I'd often travel in uniform, and people would come up to me, thank me, shake my hands, and I'm trying to explain I'm a colonel. I really don't do anything.
Stop it.
But no, I really didn't do anything. I was a colonel. But it's the young people, the ones who really do all the real work, who do the real, you know, cutting edge stuff, who are out in front, who are doing the job, and we need to tell them you're appreciated, because you know they don't always feel that way. It gets you know, it's hard out there. You know, if you're not here, if you're out on a mission, you're not hearing from people. You start thinking there's no world out there, no one remembers me, no one cares, and that's just wrong. And it's not true. I know how much the American people love our troops. This Troopathon is just one more example of it, and it's a great thing, and it really matters. It really makes a difference.
I got to tell you something. Thanks to you, thanks to your help, not only being on the broadcast today, but also being so active on social media. You just discovered that we are a trending topic.
We're a trending topic on Twitter right now. Troopathon, hashtag Troopathon, everybody. So we're expecting you, by the way, you got to continue it, because I'm sure it's in large part to great folks like you, Kurt. You have been so great. So please hashtag it, send it out, everybody. And more importantly, go to troopathon.org and do what you can. Kurt, you are great.
And I just want to say one thing before we have to go away. Kurt also was a very close friend of my close friend, Andrew Breitbart, who's no longer with us today. And,
amazing patriot.
And I've had the opportunity to actually, you know, chat with you on several occasions, and I'm very, very glad to know that any friend of Andrew's will always be a friend of mine.
Always.
Well, Andrew had a lot of friends, and what a great influence. You know, in the military, I met a lot of great leaders. Andrew is a visionary.
Yes.
And a unique American character. And, you know, I miss him. And he is missed. I think our country would be in a lot better shape if we had Andrew here today.
What a great man he was.
Amen to that. Kurt Schlicter, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, if you want to see more of Kurt's writings, just go to the weekly column at townhall.com. And now
he's very clever.
Oh
I love Kurt.
Those tweets of his are hilarious.
Keep them coming, Kurt. Keep them coming, and everybody else, and everybody. Hashtag Troopathon, 1-844-2-TROOPS to donate now, to send a care package.